Hi everyone, this video will cover Module 5. Module 5 is the middle module for our comparison contrast essay. In Module 4, you started the essay by learning more about comparison contrast as well as completing a pre-writing assignment to help plan your essay. Now you've chosen your topic and the next step is to draft your essay. So in Module 5, it's actually a little bit complicated, and so I want to go over everything with you to make sure that you understand how to complete these assignments. These assignments are ones that need to have internal due dates. You have to complete certain parts of the assignments before other parts of the assignments can be finished. And so I want to make sure that you guys aren't confused. I can show everything on my screen so that you can see what it looks like when you go to complete them. So the first step is to finish your rough draft. And you need to do that right away in the module. It needs to be done right at the beginning, which doesn't leave you a whole lot of time for writing, but a couple of days to give you a pretty good rough draft, especially if you have a good plan going in. So the first step would be to look back in Module 4 and make sure that your topic works, see what kind of feedback I left you on your pre-writing. If you change your mind from what you completed in that journal, and you decide you're going to use a completely different topic, I would make sure that you email me because I don't want anyone going off with a topic that just won't work on the assignment. So make sure that you are telling me if you decide to change what you're working on. So the first thing to do would be just to complete a rough draft. And this is the assignment itself that you're going to complete and submit. Now, the due date says Friday, but the due dates for the other two assignments where you submit the same exact rough draft are earlier. So you'll need to submit this as soon as you can. So you'll submit your rough draft to 3 places. The same file will be submitted in 3 places. The first place you'll submit it is here, Comparison Essay Rough Draft. The second place you'll submit is to the Writing Center, which I'll show you in a minute, and the third place will be to the peer edit. So we're only doing the one file, but you submit it in 3 places. So make sure that you get that rough draft done as soon as possible so that you have it to be able to finish the other assignments. So the rough draft assignment, by the way, there's some resources here if you need them on outlining. There's not an outline assignment in this class. I took that out because I wanted you to be able to do the peer edit, but it is a good idea to outline your comparison essay. So I've got some information there to help you. And then I've got also some resources here for, like, I have an instructor video and everything to help you out with writing the essay itself. So look through the resources if you need them, and then your rough draft, when you submit here, you'll do just like you would normally, start assignment and submit. You need at least 2 pages. You have the introduction, body, conclusion. You'll have your full essay written out as much as possible. Make sure that you have your sources in there as well. The more you have done, the better the feedback will be. So if you only have a paragraph and that's all you submit, first of all, you won't get full credit for the assignment, but second of all, there's not going to be anything that anyone can comment on, and so you've just ruined your chances of getting some good feedback there. So make sure that you complete that entirely. Once you submit this, I'll leave feedback. I'll leave those inline comments like I do for your graded essays. However, the grading for this assignment will be largely based on completion. Did you finish the essay? Did you submit a rough draft? That kind of thing. So as long as you have the full draft submitted, you should get all your points for it. And then the feedback I leave you is just stuff that you can work on for your final draft. So you submit it there, and then you'll go to the Writing Center. And this Writing Center draft with comments assignment is not where you submit the draft, okay? If you just click start assignment and submit your file, all it does is give me another copy of your essay. It does not send it to the writing lab. So make sure that you are submitting your essay using the online writing lab form. So this is how you actually submit it to the online writing lab. You fill out the form, make sure that the email address you provide is one that you check because they will email it back to you. You may want to put more than one email in just because sometimes things get lost, and so if you get your email address in there, you get more than one in there, then you can always check the other one if you don't get it back. Make sure that you tell them what kind of assignment that you're working on so that they know what kind of essay you're supposed to be doing. Sometimes they can't tell when you submit your work what you're supposed to be working on. It'll give you some better feedback. And then you submit your file here. So this is where you will submit the file of your rough draft that you submitted to the instructor using the other assignment. Make sure that you are submitting preferably in a Word-rich text format. So if you don't have Microsoft Word on your computer, you'll need to make sure that you download that out of your student email. And if you have questions about that, you can always email tech support to get some help with that. But make sure that you're sending it. They can't open, they can't comment on PDFs, they can't comment on like pages, files, and things like that. So make sure that you are submitting in a file type that the Writing Center can open. Otherwise, it will just sit in limbo for a little while until you can get a file that they can use. So you submit your rough draft using the form here, or you can email it directly to the Writing Center director if that form is not working. And then 48 business hours later, you should get feedback from them. So I have the due date is Wednesday, July 6th. If you do not submit to the writing lab by this time, they will not have enough time to get back to you. So that means you won't be able to finish the assignment. This is their deadline and not the course deadline. I have no control over how things are submitted to the online writing lab. I don't even see those submissions. I have no way to see who submitted what. So make sure that you are keeping in mind this is an outside entity that's looking at your paper. So make sure that you are just kind of keeping track of that and keeping that in your schedule, that you have to submit it earlier in the module. Otherwise you won't have time to get feedback. They don't work on the weekends or at night. So make sure that you're keeping in mind that 48 business hours for review, that you need to get that submitted right away. If you don't hear back from them within 2 business days, make sure that you contact me. You can also email Bruce Symes, which would actually be better, it'd be faster to see what happened to your essay. Sometimes they have it done, they tried to send it back to you and it just didn't go through. So sometimes just emailing Bruce will help get it back faster. So that is the online writing lab assignment. The last thing that you're going to do is a peer review. So that same file that you submitted to the rough draft assignment that you submitted using this form to the online writing lab, you will also submit to the peer edit. So the first step is just to click on start assignment and submit that file. So you will be submitting to 2 assignments in Canvas and to the form using the online writing lab, that same exact file. You need to do it by Wednesday, July 6th. I have it set up. So Canvas is a peer editing tool and it's automatic. What happens is every student who has submitted a file by Wednesday, July 6th at 11:59 p.m. will be automatically assigned 2 peer edits. So that way, the reason I do it with the automatic Canvas assignment is so that I don't get students who have been assigned someone who didn't submit an essay. It's very clean the way that Canvas does it. The only issue is if you don't submit something by Wednesday, July 6th at 11:59 p.m., you won't get assigned a peer edit. You cannot finish the assignment. So make sure that you keep on top of this one. It's really, really important that you get your rough draft submitted on time. Then, of course, the deadline to finish the peer edits themselves is Friday. I realize this is only a 2-day turnaround. Some of you may not be able to fit that into your schedule. Remember that the assignment is open for a week, but before Sunday, if you complete them before Sunday, you won't get that penalty, that grade penalty. So you really kind of have through the weekend to finish the peer edits, but I would encourage you to try to get them done by Friday. The sooner you get them done, the better off for the students that you are giving feedback to. So this is the assignment itself. You're going to do 2 peer edits, and I will show you what that looks like, how you can get in there, and you'll use the Canvas editing tools to leave at least 10 annotated comments. You'll also have a rubric that you'll fill out. It looks like something like this. It looked different in your student view, but basically you have these different criteria for the assignment, and you get to decide whether it neither needs improvement or there are no issues in that area. If you click on needs improvement, then make sure that you leave a little bit of feedback. If there's no issues, then you don't necessarily need to leave feedback for that criteria, but I'm looking, when I grade it, I will be looking to see how much feedback that you give. So this video is running kind of long. I'm going to make a second video showing you how to do the peer edit real fast, and then we'll go from there.